like to join me? Oh my word, it's so hot. Come here. You comfy? You're good? Ready to go? Ready to roll? Okay. No! I didn't mean literally, I meant roll, like roll. Hi guys, we're back. I am joined today with my trusty Pug Pudge because we do have a very special message we would like to say. Today is, in my universe, it is July 25th, and I'm already filmed basically a month in advance because I'm leaving for California in a week or less than a week now. So this message is gonna go out really late, but basically this weekend we hit 10K. It feels, I know, it's so exciting. I know that happened so fast. It really does feel sort of like a dream, like I have to pinch myself. I know 10K in the YouTube world is nothing, but 10K for me has been truly life-changing, and I am just very well aware that not many people get this opportunity. When I went into YouTube, I knew that there was a chance that it could just be sort of a temporary thing, maybe something that would never be able to be monetized and kind of taken seriously as sort of like a side job. And I was totally okay with that. I was totally fine with having YouTube kind of just be sort of an extension of my Instagram where I could make videos that would help people, but okay, I know you're very excited. I didn't know that we would be here. Like, we only started this Instagram, I can't even talk, I'm so flustered. So we started this YouTube channel a year and 5 months ago, and to be sitting here right now celebrating 10,000 subscribers is just, it's truly mind-blowing, and I am just so grateful and so appreciative that you guys have allowed me to be in the position that I am, and I do not take that for granted. I don't take it lightly, that's for sure. And I just really hope that this channel has helped you, whether it be for mental health, whether it be with your plants. I tell you guys all the time that this channel is not the end-all be-all. Everything is based on my opinion. I am not educated in the field. Everything is based on my experience. Buddy, shh. Everything is based on my experience, but I'm just so grateful that you've allowed me to sort of learn on this channel, to have been open to sort of what word am I thinking of? I can't think of the word I'm thinking of, but basically kind of things that are out of the ordinary. Well, not really out of the ordinary, but sort of against the grain. And you've like welcomed me into the YouTube world with open arms, and despite the sort of intense year and 5 months of online bullying, lots of haters finding this channel, I just want you guys to know that I always outweigh the bad with the good, and there's just so much more good here, and I just can't, like, we can't thank you enough. So thank you guys so much for 10K. I do plan on releasing merch. It will not be any merch related to me, like my name or just my life or anything. I want it to be merch that anyone in the plant community would enjoy, like if they didn't even know who I am. So, okay, I'm gonna put him down because he's a little bit much right now. And yeah, I just kind of want to design stuff that I would love to wear, and I have this whole sort of idea of what I want to do, this kind of theme that I have in my mind. It is gonna take some time to design because I don't want to just put anything out there. I really want this first run to be something I'm proud of, something that I would want to wear all the time. So it's gonna take some time, so bear with me. We might be at like, I don't know, 15, if we get there, 15,000 subscribers before the merch actually comes out, but it's something that is high on my to-do list, and I am wanting to do it. So anyway, with that said, thank you. Pudge says thank you too. He's going off on his own. But anyway, welcome back to another week of plant to-dos. This week is going to be a little bit different in that I am filming it before I go. So the theme of this week's plant to-dos while I'm here is basically how I'm going to prep for a 2-week-long vacation. I'm going to show you sort of my routine with my plants, how I'm going to set all the plants up for when I go, and just sort of take you through it. And hopefully this video will help people who have a little bit of anxiety about leaving their plants. And I'm not going to talk about it right now, but we'll kind of just like work through things over the week. Besides that, it is Alice's birthday week as well. We have a dinner planned for Wednesday. I'm going to get her gift all pretty in this video. If you guys didn't see it in older videos, my friends and I got her a Philodendron UPI, which has been one of her #1 wish list plants for a while in terms of philodendron. So I'm super excited to gift that to her, and I will be showing you guys her reaction. I'm going to try and film a little bit during dinner, but I don't want to just like shove a camera in her face because it is her night. And when we hang out, like when we have our little lunches and dinners, we really, it's like no phones, like no filming. We really just like enjoy our time together. But I don't want to deprive you guys of her reaction, because we do have another plant which I won't tell you until you see the footage. So yeah, besides that, it's just prepping the house, prepping everything. Like I said, today is the 25th. I leave on Sunday. So ideally I would have liked to do what I'm doing today yesterday, but along with going on a trip, I just manically clean the house like my life depends on it. And yesterday it was nice weather, I was in a really good mood, and I cleaned for like 16 hours straight and there was no stopping me. So I ended up not doing any plant stuff really, but I will be doing that today, which is basically watering. So the reason that I'm gonna be watering today is because it is about a week until my trip. What I like to do a week going into the trip is doing a light watering, basically giving them just enough water to kind of let them cruise through the next week. And then ideally, I would love to give everyone a good drink before I go, like the morning of. But usually when we go to California, we leave at like 5, 6 in the morning, so I don't think I'm gonna wanna film at 4 a.m. So what I think I'm gonna do is actually do another watering on Saturday night. That's when they'll get their big drink. Typically, I don't like to water my plants very heavily at night, but just for the sake of this vacation, I think, you know, it'll be fine. And I just want to get them all set for the next week. I will have my friend Nick coming to help, so he has a key to my place. He'll just pop by and just make sure everyone is doing okay. But I basically really only want him to have to come here like once, maybe twice, just to do one more watering, and then I'll be back. Another reason why this video or this week of is going to be different is because I'm not going to finish editing this video until I'm home. So I think I'll squeeze in like a little clip of sort of the trip there and kind of seeing my family for the first time. It's not going to be a huge part of this video. Literally, I'll probably just do like a 2-minute little short reel. I'll also be filming when I get back, so I'll just kind of show you the condition of everything, show you how everything did, and maybe let you know if there are any changes I would have made. But I really don't have the same sort of vacation setup routine all the time. It really truly just depends on the season. And so I guess for this one, this would be my like prep for vacation in the summer, because I think that does play a huge role. So without further ado, I'm gonna start watering. I'm gonna time lapse the whole thing because watering is sort of like my zen time. I like to play the music as loud as possible and just sort of like be one with my plants. So it is gonna be a lot. I'm gonna water every single plant in the apartment. The only plants I'm not going to show you that I water in my bedroom, just because I don't really like filming in there. I'm very sorry that this was the longest intro ever, but there was a lot to address. If you don't like long intros, there's a little bar below me where you can scroll as much as your heart desires. So anywho, welcome back to another week of plant to-dos. I think this one might be my favorite one yet. I am so hot. My face is literally melting off and my contacts are bugging me so bad today. I don't know why, but I'm pretty much almost done here. I just have to do this Mills bow and then that's gonna wrap it up. I do have one more exo down here, which are all the plants going to my family, but I actually just watered that a few days ago because I noticed they were really dry. But yeah, today I just really wanted to get my watering done, and it is always such a freaking uphill battle when I do like mass waterings like this, because typically like when I water, I do things sort of sporadically or just you know, like I'll do my plant room one day and not even like my whole plant room. I'll do like my tent and an exo, and then the next day I'll do my Mills bow and maybe my Redsta. So I really break it up because I do enjoy watering, because watering is sort of the time where I take the opportunity to sort of really look at the plant and see if anything new is going on, see if anything bad is going on. I don't really like it to be like these days where I'm just going around just frantically watering. When I have to do it on a schedule, in the rare occasion like this one where I have to plan it a week before a trip, then it's kind of just what's necessary. So make sure that if you are going on a trip, especially in the summer, try and plan it. So really start like 2 weeks ahead of your planned date and make sure that you're able to water a week before you leave. So let's say maybe like a week and 4 days ago, I would have seen that the plants are getting a little bit dry. I would probably try and push it a little further so that I can get closer to that 1 week mark, just because I find, at least for me in the summer, that 1 week is pretty much when all of my plants will need water again. Of course, it just depends on your conditions. Everyone's conditions are going to be different, so of course tweak that 1 week or whatever to your needs and your environment. But for me, it's like a week, and I can almost guarantee that in another week they're going to be due for another watering right now because of how warm it is. I did fertilize today because I do not want Nick or whoever is caring for the plants to worry about fertilization, because that's just kind of like, that's just another sort of stress that your plant caretaker has to deal with, and you just really don't want that stress on either of you in terms of getting the dilution right or getting, you know what I mean? Like, we know how much our plants need to be fertilized, and that really should be something that we do. So all I'm worried about is Nick watering at least once while I'm gone in this 2 week period. And I essentially just want him to do the bare minimum, not stress him out. And I'll kind of show you how I make things a little bit more stress-free for the people who are caring for my plants a little later this week when I do start actually getting things prepped. But yeah, feeling good that everyone has been watered and I can just sort of get that off my shoulders. But obviously I time-lapsed this thing. I took some breaks, I had lunch, but in total, it probably took me about 3 hours. So again, the reason that I'm choosing to water on for Saturday night is because I'm not gonna wake up at like 2, 3 a.m. to start watering my plants. Like, that's just ridiculous. Tomorrow, I think I'm really just gonna focus on one, I need to get Alice's UPI repotted. I want to get into a nice pot. I might want to decorate the pot a little bit because I always do like really silly things for her birthday. And I think besides that, there are a lot of like props and things I need to handle on my plant table. Like I took a bunch of props for my grandma yesterday, and I have some new plants that I brought home that I wanted to repot, but I kind of missed my window. And the reason that I say that is because if you're gonna do any repotting, you wanna do it at least 2 weeks before. 3 weeks is great. If you can get all your repotting done within 2 to 3 weeks of the time you're gonna be away, that'll allow you to observe them over that 2 weeks or 3 weeks just to see how they're doing, because you know, with repotting sometimes it's a hit or miss, and if you can catch things early, then that's, you know, the better you'll have to save your plant. So I would much rather keep things in the sort of position that they're in rather than trying to rush and repot things and then leave for X amount of time and not really know how they take that transition. So my recommendation is a 2-week minimum. 3 weeks is like perfect because it gives you sort of time to see if there's new growth, just kind of see if anything is not looking good so you can make any changes before you leave. So pretty much anything that I needed to repot, I've missed my window, and it's kind of too bad because I did have a few things I wanted to repot, but I feel a lot better about just leaving everything as it is before I go and then just worrying about it pretty much as soon as I get home. Oh, another thing that I wanted to mention is if you have, again, going back to when you leave for vacation, you want to be as stress-free as possible. You want the person that you are trusting to take care of your plants to also be as stress-free as possible. So if you have any super rehab plants or plants that you're really keeping an eye on, like a prized possession that has gone awry, like for me, my Ace of Spades rotted at the stem and the roots, and so I'm going to be giving that one plant to Alice to watch for me while I'm away, and it'll just take a lot of stress off my back. But of course I told her, like, if anything goes wrong, if the plant dies in your care, I am totally not going to put that on you. This is all on me, and it's kind of just a bonus that you can watch it rather than it just sitting here for 2 weeks. So that goes to say also that, like, I know that it's not fun to lose plants, it's not fun to come home to dead plants, but I always have that expectation that plants will probably die when I'm away. I've had trips where I was gone for 2.5, almost 3 weeks, and only had like one very minor casualty. So it's not saying that it's like guaranteed, oh, something's gonna die and just expect it. But just kind of keep that in the back of your mind that like the person that you have trusted to care for your plants is hopefully doing the best that they can, but to also don't be too hard on them, don't be too hard on yourself. Plants can be replaced, and I feel like it's not worth stressing about your plants and ruining like your entire trip just because a few leaves are yellowing or whatever. So I just always try and go in with that mentality, is if there's anything that is very, very, very prized to me that needs like special care, if you have someone that's willing to watch it for you, I would leave it with them at their place, and then everything else is just kind of, you know, like Nick is gonna be here, so I trust that he will do the best of his ability. But if anything is overwatered, if anything is underwatered, if a crazy thrips or spider mite outbreak like erupts while I'm away, I am not putting any of that on him. I will handle it when I get home. No matter what happens with my plants while I'm gone, I'm not gonna stress about it when I'm away. And I've actually gotten pretty good about being that way ever since the collection has kind of turned into a museum. I don't know, I think lately I've been able to sort of detach myself a bit from the idea that like every plant in my collection I expect to live forever. I'm sort of past the point in this hobby. Like, I've definitely gotten it out of my system where I'm paying like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on plants. I am not in that space anymore. I would much rather wait till prices come down, which it inevitably does. And I do a lot of trades and stuff, so I have invested a good amount of money into this collection. But just for me personally, my time with my family is worth more than anything in this apartment. And getting mad or getting upset with Nick, who is so graciously like spending his time to pop in once in a while to check on my plants. Like, there is no way I would throw away a friendship or make him feel uncomfortable just because something is not 100% perfect. So yeah, I guess I had made a note that I wanted to talk about this because that is, for me, is one of like the most important parts about this hobby and going on vacation, because plants are very much a hobby that needs our attention a lot. But there are times where you can't be there for your plants, and I feel like there's a certain amount of control that you have to let go when you do go on trips. Because what's the point of going on the trip if you're just going to be worried about your plants the whole time? You might as well just not go. I know, we're going to go take a nap now. So anyway, if you can't tell, I am super pooped, but definitely have a full day tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to be doing. I am going to kind of just sit in bed and lay out my week. And yeah, I'll just keep you updated what we're doing day by day. So yeah, plants are watered. I'm feeling good. I am going to take a nap with my dog and try and finish up some freelance projects, because that's really the only like outstanding thing that I have to do this week before I go. I know today was pretty much all just time-lapse stuff, but there was no way I was gonna like get all of this done if I was just blabbing the whole time. So anyway, it was a very productive day, but I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Hello. So it is the end of the day. Tuesday, not really end of the day, but it's like almost 5, and I've had a full day of work, full day of cleaning, more prep for the trip, blah blah blah, but the plant stuff continues. So tomorrow is Alice's birthday dinner, so I want to get her birthday gift looking a little bit more presentable than this. I was going to do like a full repot and get it in like pond and get it all set up, but I know she's gonna want to inoculate it with great white mycorrhizal inoculant, and I do not own that mycorrhizal inoculant, so I'm just gonna keep it in moss and just let her figure it out. I actually have not checked the root situation since I've gotten it, but Lauren did say it was starting to root or something like that. I'm a little bit nervous. There's a chance you guys might hear my phone make some sounds. That's because I have a freaking doctor's appointment. It's so annoying that anytime I need to like refill my prescriptions, like prescriptions that I'm just on all the time, like my birth control, I have to like call them to get refills, and they'll only give me like 3 to 6 months at a time. Same with my antidepressants, and I mean, I'm sure it's just routine, but like, you know, I'm on the medication I'm on, it's working, I like it, and I just kind of hate that every time I need a refill, I have to like talk about how it's been and talk about my, it's like an extra therapy session that I did not ask for. So anyway, without getting into too much detail, just in case someone sees this on YouTube, got into a little bit of drama with my doctor's office about missing an appointment. Again, not going to get into too much detail, but today is the rescheduled appointment, and I'm kind of hoping nobody cops an attitude with me, because I had already gotten into it with the receptionist and kind of exploded a little bit, which is not something I enjoy doing. But yeah, anyway, I've just been anxious because my appointment was supposed to be at 4 and it's now 4:30, and then they called me and said that he's running late and there's a chance he's not gonna call me till 6. That's like one of the things that gives me like mad anxiety. Like I try and schedule all of my appointments for really, really early in the day, if not first thing in the morning, even if I have to go into the office and it's not like a phone appointment, because I like just getting it out of the way. Or else if it's at the end of the day, I feel like I can't get anything done before then, because I'm just like counting down the time till I have to leave or until this appointment comes, and I just can't focus. I can't focus. So not only is this a late meeting, or not only is this a late appointment, but it is an appointment that really has no guaranteed start time. So I'm just like heavy breathing right now. Anyway, so yeah, there are routes. It's not the most wonderful route system, but there are routes and I'm happy with it. And you know, it's Alice, she knows what she's doing, so not worried at all. Gosh, this leaf is huge. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother to use my mycorrhizal inoculants because I already know she's gonna use her own. But I'm hoping that it fits into this vessel. It is cracked, but like all of my vessels are thrifted and Alice really likes vessels this size. So I'm willing to give up one of mine for her. To be fair, as part of her birthday gift, I was gonna go to the thrift store and just try and see how many vessels sort of similar to this size that I could find, because she's just like obsessed with them. And then I was also gonna buy her a hydro flask, like the olive green one, the one that has like the straw with the spout, because she does not drink water. Like we'll go out, it's a super hot day, and all she'll have in her system is like coffee. And it gives me anxiety that she has these super long days and she doesn't drink water. And I don't think she really knows how good it is to have like an emotional support water bottle, you know, like oh my god, that scared me. You know the emotional support water bottles that you just like cannot leave the house with, and it's next to you in bed? Like me and my water bottle were like this. So I wanted to get her a really cute one, and I knew it had to be the olive green. Like I didn't want to get her anything other than the olive green with the straw. Oh my gosh, my nose. But the only place that I could find that color and get it in time was charging a ridiculous price. So I was like, dang it. I might still try and find it in the States though, and just give it to her anyway. But why was I talking about this? Oh yeah, vessels. I totally got sidetracked. So here are the roots. Not a super large root system, but this was a recent cutting, so I am very happy. I'm super grateful that Lauren started the rooting process a long time ago when I first approached her and let her know I was looking for a UPI for Alice. So at least it's like we're not giving her a fresh cutting like, here, good luck. So here's the thing, is how are we gonna give this to her? We're going to a restaurant. I wanna like not just walk inside of the restaurant like this. I wanna put it in like a really big bag. So I kind of have to have it like sort of sitting up this way, because if it's that way, how am I gonna find a bag that will fit this? At least if it's upward, I can shove it in the bag and sort of face this leaf upward. It's gonna look kind of weird, but again, she's probably gonna uproot this right away. So I'm just gonna get some of this moss back in here and just sort of like face it upward. This is so strange. I wish this pot was just a tiny bit deeper, but you know, we're gonna make it work. If anything, I can add this chopstick to the outside and kind of prop it up, but it's just gonna look ridiculous when we give it to her. Not that she's gonna be like, oh my gosh, why is it facing upward? She's just gonna be shook that we got her a UPI. She's gonna be pissed, but she's gonna be shocked. Pissed because she hates when we spend money on her. And when she gets nice things, she doesn't know how to just accept it and be grateful without crying. That is in. And now I need to go get some stickers to decorate the pot. Every plant gift that I give Alice, or give really to any of my really close planty friends, I always try and ridiculously decorate it. And I was gonna go to the dollar store and try and just get like random bits and bobs to just make it look insane, but didn't have time. Taking my phone in case he calls. Do you guys remember that one video where I had a massive pimple on my face with a band-aid on and I just put stickers all over my face? Well, luckily we still have a ton left, so I am just going to start putting stickers all around this thing because stickers make everything funner. And then I also grabbed a disco ball. I don't know how I'm gonna incorporate this yet, but we're gonna figure it out. I'm like almost thinking that I want to get like a long stick because I think I have one that I can put like right here and maybe try and hang it. Oh my gosh, it's so tall and ridiculous. I kind of love it. She's gonna be so embarrassed. Okay, so like I want to get the disco ball on top of here somehow. I just don't know how. I think I'm gonna chop this stick down just a little bit because it is a little bit, it's a little obnoxious even for me. I don't want it to be too short, but I do want it to be shorter. So maybe like this. Yeah. Please don't fly at my face. Where'd it go? Hello? Hello? It's in the trash. Whoa, slam dunk, dude. I can never get things in the trash when I'm trying to. When I'm not trying to, then it goes in. Why? Okay, so I'm gonna stabilize this with a rock, but I kind of want to write on the rock. I already gave her all my live, laugh, love rocks. So what else can I write on here? What's something that goes with the birthday? I'll write wish. Wish. That's so ugly. It's very hard to write on a rock. And then, how the heckin', I know. Wait, do I? I feel like the bamboo cracked a little bit at the top. Oh, it did. Okay, so that's perfect. So the bamboo cracked a bit at the top, so I'll be able to actually just, it's so dark in here. Kind of like it, but I feel like, I don't know. Sorry, I'm so ADHD today. But like, I feel like in my old videos, it was too bright, like it was too washed out. Everything was just getting sort of like blasted. But now it's a little dark. I did order a new light and then they said that it was back ordered, so that's not happening. Damn it. Let me crank this soldier boy open. It's my scraper. Hello? Oh. Sorry, I know you guys can't see anything, but I'm doing a little engineering over here. Yeah, perfect. Oh, no, too much, too much, too much. Whoa, that's enough. Okay, it's good, it's fine. Jeez. All right. Oh, it's moving. Okay, you know what? You know what? You know what? I think I just need to tape this to the outside instead. This is gonna look so ugly, which is perfect. Oh. This disco ball is hanging on for dear life. Okay, so I'm just adding some tape onto the back and I'm going to tape it on. Oh yeah. Oh, I should have done the stickers first. Oh well. Disco ball is in. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking real quick. I've got a bunch of stars on this page here, so I think I'll put the stars on this little ugly rock and just kind of get it all like glam. Why? It's so bright. Stupid ring light. So let me do that really quick, but you guys literally cannot see a thing I'm doing as per usual. All right, she's glammed up. I know it's kind of getting washed out, but here, I'm trying to cover the light from my ring light. But she's glammed, and now we just have to get this glam. So let's do that now. I actually got a good amount of stickers on it, but I kind of want it to look a little bit more obnoxious because this looks a little bit too cute for Alice. So let me grab the reinforcements. I brought out the sparkle smiles, so I'm just gonna pop a few of these on here just to make it dazzle. Oh yeah, that's much better. And then I have a special edition that I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm surely gonna try. Definitely gonna try. This is not fair. It's actually so cute. Sometimes the things that I make her are like borderline cute, but also kind of ugly, and that's sort of what I strive for usually, but these stickers are just so cute that it's kind of hard to be ugly, you know? Okay, I think that's good for the stickers. So we've got lots of, get out of here, light, little dainty stickers, and then lots of happy faces. And then we have the disco ball on the top. But what if, oh, it's crooked. I was saving these for Christmas, but I don't even really like Christmas, so why not? Oh, it's USB. I thought it might be battery. Oh no. Oh, but that would have been so cool. Okay, let's just see. I'll have to bring my battery. Maybe I can bring my battery pack and just like plug it in at the restaurant. Oh, it's so freaking long. Oh no. This is amazing. I wish it twinkled. But it's so large. Oh, you can't see the pot. It's so large. Oh my gosh, it's 5 o'clock. He's so late. This is not good for my anxiety. That would have been so cool if I could just like wrap this around like this. It's so freaking long. I might use this in my plant room. That might be kind of cute. Maybe during the holidays we'll get festive, but at least I know they work because I got these from the depths of my mother-in-law's storage, and I was like, oh, they're probably broken or something, but nope, they are brand spanking new. Ugh. I think this will be the finished product. We got the rock in there, got our little disco ball, and the pot's all cute. And now I just need to find a bag large enough for this, which, good luck me. Since we're here, I also need to make sure that my Ace of Spades is ready to go to Alice's house. I just want to check in on this one really quick because if you watched, can't remember which video it is now, I unpotted this and it had rot. So she's gonna be watching this for me. Oh, Tim, I'm so anxious. We might get into a fight. Okay. Hello. It is so hot. I am sitting in a pool of my own butt sweat. That is so foul. Oh my word. So I was sweating profusely. Whoa, bad angle. I was sweating profusely through that call because I had to have some very uncomfortable conversations. Oh my gosh, my ear is sweating. My husband's gonna be home soon, so I kind of want to wrap this up and take a shower. And I really didn't have anything to do today besides these two. So short day today. But anyway, yeah, I had to have an uncomfortable conversation, and it just makes me freaking sweat. Okay, I'm gonna rip this leaf off. Oh, I see a new root. I'm actually not worried about rooting. I'm worried about this stem rotting, but it actually looks really, really great. I carved out a lot of the rot from the stem, and I sterilized it with hydrogen peroxide. I think I want to get this into something even smaller, but it ended well. I knew that my doctor would side with me, so I am so grateful we don't have to go through a whole thing, because this, in short, this could have ended up in small claims court, and I really did not want it to have to go there. But we did it. I get, like, I'm not gonna say overly proud, because I do think that this is something that, like, people, even if you don't have anxiety and depression, it's something that you should, I think, celebrate. Maybe it's too short now. I'm gonna just put it in here and then put it into something to hold water, because I don't know what her conditions are gonna be at Alice's house. I don't want to assume she's gonna keep this in like 100% humidity. So what was I saying? Oh, sorry. So yeah, I don't think that this is something that should be taken lightly, even if you don't have anxiety and depression. But when you do things that are hard for you, and for me, confronting, like, just basically being in any kind of confrontation with someone just gives me mad anxiety, to the point where I can't focus, I can't sleep, I can't do anything. So I was like literally up all night about this situation that I just handled, and it turned out fine, and I stuck up for myself, and my lights turned off. Stuck up for myself, and I kept my cool, and everything turned out fine. So yeah, I celebrate these little wins, you know, because it's like, normally I would shut down and just see if my husband will deal with it, or see if someone else will deal with it. But I told myself, I'm gonna do this because I'm a big girl sometimes. I am so happy to see some new roots on this thing. I told you guys I have confidence in this thing, and I don't know why, even with how dicey that stem was, I just felt like it was gonna be fine. My spidey senses aren't always right, but they were right this time. Oh my gosh. Do I see? I can't believe I'm showing you this. Armpit sweat. Oh my gosh. I am so... That's my boob. I am so nasty. I need to go freaking take a shower. Like, this is not okay. So I can go like this instead, and at least it'll be tall now. Well, I guess it was already tall in there, but at least this one holds more perlite and there's no slits on the side. And I'll just make sure that the water is like up to here, so that it's actually wicking water up. But okay, I got the UPI done for Alice. Ace of Spades is also going to Alice. And then I guess tomorrow I just need to buy a bag. I really don't know if I'm gonna find a bag big enough for that. I'm kind of hoping they have like a dumb bag, like a graduation bag, or like one that says like baby boy. But I'm just gonna, it doesn't even matter if it's ugly, if it's party themed or not. I'm just gonna buy the biggest bag they have, regardless of what it says. Even if it says happy retirement, it's going Alice. So yeah, I think the only other thing I was going to attempt to do today was to wash my box of laziness stuff, but it's not happening. It's like the hottest day of like summer today, and I'm literally the AC is on full blast and I'm still like sweating. But there is something that I do want to do, and I actually should have done this on Sunday, but you know, I kind of forgot. I'm going to start adjusting my timers now. All of this is connected with one tower, and then this EXO is connected to another or two other timers. So I'm gonna start adjusting them because when I go away for vacation, I always decrease the amount of light that they're getting. So right now in my plant room, oh my gosh, I have to sneeze. I have them turning on every day at 8:30 and turning off every day at 6:30. Wait, what did I say? They turn on at 8:30 and they turn off at 6:30. So instead, I'm going to have them turn on at 8:30, but I'm gonna actually turn them off at 2:30. Which is kind of when the like peak of the heat happens in the apartment. The reason that I'm doing this is because if you decrease the amount of light that your plants are getting while you're away, the slower they're going to use up water, and the slower in general they're going to dry out. So I just find that, like, especially if you don't have somebody that can water for you, I recommended do a deep watering the night before or the morning that you're going to be away, and give them a good drink so that they can, you know, have enough water to cruise by until you're back. But if, let's say, you're gone for 3 weeks and you don't have somebody to care for your plants, if you decrease your light, if you pull your plants away from windows, if you remove them from that light situation that they're in and just kind of give them a little bit of a cooler, a little bit of a darker sort of environment to live in while you're away, that water is gonna last a lot longer. So I always decrease my lights pretty drastically when I'm gone. So yeah, I'm going to turn them on every day at 8:30 and have them turn off at 2:30. That way they still have 6 hours a day of light. And I'm just gonna make sure that all of my timers across the board are synced. So I guess another tip I would give you guys if you are traveling is to make sure that all of your grow lights are on timers. I love the ones that have the app and that's not just like the wall timer where you have to like automatically set it. I like that I can adjust the time from anywhere as long as I have Wi-Fi and I can see which plugs are on still, just make sure that things are turning on and off when they're supposed to. I used to not have any of my grow lights on timers, and I would literally go around and start flipping on all my light switches, and it has just been amazing to like not deal with that and just be, you know that everything is sort of just like self-sufficient, everything is just running on its own, it's like a machine. So timers, you got to get them. It's a small investment for a big payoff. It's probably one of the best things I've purchased for myself, and it's like such a simple thing, you know? Okay, so the whole plant room is now adjusted 8:30 to 2:30, but now I need to adjust the Rudsta cabinet, and I actually think I'm gonna have that one off even sooner since that one gets light from the living room. And if you guys didn't know, I do have windows in here. They're like these really high up windows that do nothing, and I have them closed anyway because I have my EXOs up against the wall. So I really only rely on artificial light in this room for my plants. So yeah, at least my Rudsta out in the living room does get light from an east and south facing window for a certain amount of hours a day, and it's not only relying on grow lights. And it is so freaking hot in that Rudsta, and it's gonna be like a heat wave when I leave, so it's just gonna be hot in general. So I've got that one on at 8, but I don't actually think that's necessary, and I probably should have changed this a long time ago because at 8 o'clock the sun is shining in the living room. Like the light literally doesn't need to be on because it's so bright out there. So I'm gonna have the grow light turn on at like 1 when the sun has already moved away and it's a little bit darker in the living room. So 1 p.m. and then I'm gonna turn it off at, I'll do like 3:30 p.m. So to be honest with you guys, it's not that I'm worried, but the greenhouse that I'm most concerned about is my Rudsta because everything dries out so fast in there. Pretty much every single one of my Hoyas are in pon, and that pon dries out fast. I have a 24-watt Manios light in there that gets really, really hot. And the reason I have such a bright light in there is because I'm trying to sun stress some of my Hoyas, and I don't think that my 10-watt bars are going to do anything. So it does dry out in there very fast. So that's probably one of the sort of areas of focus that I'll have for Nick, just to say, like, you know, if you could just pop in like twice a week and just make sure all the vessels aren't completely dry. I'm really not concerned about my plant room. Like, these guys, they've been through it all, and they're in controlled environments. My Anthurium shelf has seen some shit, and I don't know. I'm really not worried about my plant room. I guess I'm really only worried about my Hoyas and my husband's home. Hello. Yeah. I'm filming. I'm almost done though. I'm just gonna wrap it up and then go to, I'm so tired. He called? He just called. Oh my gosh. It is freelance season. Grateful for the work, but bad timing with my trip. Ooh, a faux living wall panel. Yeah, I guess I am done for the day. I do have lots of stuff that I need to do tomorrow, including washing my box of laziness, and I think I'm gonna start packing up plants for California because it is now about 5 days before the trip. So I think if I can at least start getting them into the boxes that they're gonna go in, it'll just be a lot easier for me on packing day when I gotta load up the car to just do it all kind of as quickly as possible. So yeah, that is it for today. Super short day, but I'm gonna go to bed. I'm so tired. I can't even keep my eyes open. I'm literally sitting in a pool of sweat, and you guys saw the armpit. So I'm gonna go see you Wednesday.
Why? Holy crap, it's you. Oh, it's Jeans? It's Jeans?
She was gonna give you the top cutting. I was like, she's gonna kill you. We just wanted you to have an established plan, you know. So that's your appetizer.
And the pot, too. Jeez.
And the pole. I know.
Trying to get out of the video. Oh. Wait, careful! I just saw a disco ball. Get her face. Can you please get her face? Are you serious?
Oh, it's sparkling everywhere.
Turn on the music. You guys! Woohoo! Is this from Lawrence? I know this leaf.
It's your favorite leaf.
See, it's definitely my favorite because I recognize this leaf.
And she remembered too. Thank you. So perfect. Look at the disco ball shining everywhere. Yay! Oh, my face is melting off. We went to one of those places where you like cook your own food, and it was so freaking hot in there. I smell like beef. But I still have a little bit of energy left in me. The dinner went really well. We had a lot of fun, and Alice loved her gifts, and she just looked so happy. So anywho, I think that tonight I'm going to start putting together the things that can go in one prop box. Sorry, losing my voice. So I took a bunch of props for my mom. I'm actually going to chop up my Milano and give some, oh my God, and give some cuttings to my sister. I'm kind of thinking about giving her all of it and then just buying a new Milano from Lauren because she has some pretty decent sized ones that I would like to get on a pole. I'm literally losing my voice. She has some decent sized ones that I would like to get on a lazy pole. So let me kind of just show you some of the new cuttings that I took from my grandma, and some for my mom too, and some for my sister. Ooh. And then I will put together maybe like a moss prop box and see what I can take out of the EXO that is pretty much all just my family's plants, and see what I can plop in there too, because I would love to consolidate everything as much as possible. And then I will leave all the plants that are rooted in substrate for last minute because I have to take everything bare root. So I'm basically going to pluck all of those out, shove those all in a prop box too, and just lay some moss over it so it doesn't dry out. But I don't want them sitting in a box for like 3-4 days, so I really kind of have to leave that to sort of last minute. But I can get these props into a prop box no problem, and then at least get that out of the way, and I won't have as much to do later this week. Here is the little, not so little, here is the little cup of props that I recently took for my family. So I took a cutting of this, so I took some Baltic Blue pothos cuttings from the big plant that I got from Plant Some, because that pot was humongous and it needed a haircut anyway. All of these trailing ones are Baltic Blue, and take this out. And then I took a cutting of, I don't know what this is called, hasn't perked up yet. It got root rot, and I think it has a little bit of stem rot. If anything, I can give the other cutting that I have to my parents and then rehab this one. I'm not really sure, but it's just this really pretty pink and red begonia that I got from Alice that has these super red abaxials. I feel like my mom and my grandma would really like that. And then of course I had to, oh my gosh, all of this is gonna spill out. Okay, maybe I won't take it out, but I took some Ripsalis paradoxa minor cuttings for my sister, some Ripsalis Ripsalis salicornioides cuttings for my grandma because she liked my mom's, and so I just wanted to give her her own pot. This is just a random Philodendron Gloriosa cutting for my sister, and then a begonia gray feather that my mom can split with my grandma. I don't think my sister is like super into begonias, so that should be enough for them. Honestly, I'm just gonna work on the floor because my desk is it's a hot mess. So we're gonna go down here, we'll start putting some stuff together, and hopefully I can find a box to put them in. I really regret wearing these jeans right now. Oh, this is dirty, I need to clean up. I think one thing I will never be good at are getting the right angles. Like, it was so easy to film when I was headless. I mean, I guess you don't really need to see my face during this part. Okay, well, whatever. I'm going to be filling this little box with moss, and I am hoping that every single prop that I have for my family fits in this box. I'm not going to allow myself to bring any more that then will fit in this box. If there's more, then that's just too bad, but I'm not trying to break any laws, and I'm only allowed to bring 50 plants over the border for personal use, and I intend to stick to that. I'm gonna stick the begonia gray feather in here. Oh my gosh, it's actually like not, I always get really nervous when I chop up begonias because they're so finicky. I don't know if, I don't think Fern ever showed what the begonia looked like on her channel when she received it, but it was like soggy spinach, and it was already kind of wilting the day after when I packaged it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if this is gonna get to her okay, but this one has like stayed really firm and nice. So that's great. Let's just hope it stays that way in this prop box. I am going to give this a good spray though before I close it to make sure it's 100% humidity in there. Kai just come to fetch me. He's like, listen, it's time to go to bed. I know, babe. I'm gonna come to bed soon. Just give me 1 second. And then I'm gonna try and twist this Ripsalis paradoxa. I gave her a pretty hefty cutting just in case she wants to share or split it up even more. But I'm just gonna try and twist this around into the box. And then I have, oh my gosh, already filling up the Ripsalis salicornioids going in. Come on. And then the Gloriosa is gonna go in. This one has a bit of spider mite damage, but my sister's not gonna care. And if she does, then it sounds like a you problem and not a me problem. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit all my Milano cuttings in here, but we're gonna try. Oh, come on. Forgot about all these. Maybe I might only be able to bring like 2 cuttings of Milano then, because the leaves aren't tiny. I'm just so scared these things are gonna shrivel up. This might be a really freaking stupid idea, but I've got these little tubes and I might try and fill it with water and stick the begonia stems in here because I am feeling a little bit nervous about having them just in moss for a few days. So I'm taking my awl and then I'm just gonna poke a hole in the top, but I need the hole to be bigger than this, so I'm gonna take a scissor and jack up my scissor more than it already is, and then I'm just going to like carve a hole that's bigger so that I can shove the begonia stem through it. That might be big enough. Oh no. This might be a terrible idea, but you never know till you try. I can literally feel my stomach hanging out of my jeans right now. Don't try this at home, kids. It's very dangerous. Please be big enough. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is fill it with water. It would have been nice to have these when I shipped Fern her plants, but she is well versed in how to rehab plants, obviously, so she brought them back to life just fine, but didn't have that wow factor, you know, when she opened it. Like, I wanted her to be like, wow, and I'm sure she was like, oh. So the only thing now is I obviously have to keep it up so all the water doesn't spill out, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the same for this begonia. Gonna have to sacrifice a leaf, but all in the name to make the entire plant live. Definitely feeling a lot better now with these little vials on the begonias because, man, these things dehydrate fast. Just have to remember to not tip this box over. Okay. Those are in. Let me grab the Milano. This thing is so long and leggy. I'm just like ready for it to not look like this in my house anymore. So I'm gonna chop here. Unfortunately, this one, oh no, this one wouldn't be spent, I don't think, because this one should have an auxiliary bud now on this new growth point. So I'll chop here, and then I'll chop again here. Wow, I've already chopped this thing down twice. Oh no, it's rooted in here. That's not good. Well, you know what? I'll just keep these 3 leaves because I'm not trying to deal with that right now. But now I have 3 Milano cuttings to give my sister, and they're pretty decent size. I just hope that they don't die in here again. Okay, so that's it for those. And then I have some exoplants. I'm not gonna move the camera, but I got this Philodendron mame from one of our local stores. It was like $3 or something insane like that. So I don't even know if my sister wants a mame, but I got her one anyway. My mom already has a mame, so she doesn't need one. And then I have a little Frydek corm in here. Stuff like this, I'm just gonna take over like this because this it's not rooted. Like, I could literally just pluck this out, so that'll be fine. But obviously stuff like this, I'm gonna have to remove out of soil completely and just stick it bare root into a prop bin. But yeah, this is that reverted Florida Beauty. It was the first one I ever got from Alice, and variegation never came back, which is crazy because the mother plant has such amazing variegation. Again, just gonna be sticking these all in the same bin, but this D. McDowell's not looking great. You never want your Cataphil to look this dead color. So when I address these, maybe tomorrow or Friday, I'll figure out what's going on with that one, but more than likely there's like a healthy Cataphil under that rotty one. Philodendron Mexicanum. Oh, it's soft. Is it? Oh no, it's not soft. Scindapsus trubii. Could probably stick it in there. I don't even know who's getting this Philodendron Pink Princess. Maybe my mom, if she wants to experiment with more. She really likes these, and I just got a big, really nicely variegated one from Plant Some Philodendron Leader Red or Billy Aff. I've got some Soderoy cuttings or Soderini cuttings. Some of the leaves are yellowing off now and dying, but some good roots coming in, new leaves coming in, and I'm just going to leave it maybe like this, or I might try and stick these in this prop box if I can fit it. I have a baby Dark Phoenix for my sister, maybe if she wants it. Oh, that's gonna take a tumble. And then I have these in a prop box that I'm just going to also try and shove in here. So there is a, oh my gosh, these are like rooted in here. So I have a Hei, variegated Hei for my sister. I've definitely shown you guys that one before. I'm just gonna stick this at the bottom. Random stick that I'll stick in here, be a little surprise. Man, this prop box is dry as heck. And then there's a Gloriosum. Looks like it's just a regular Gloriosum verde. Stick that in there too. And then I don't actually know what this is. This one could be, I have no clue. No clue. That's going in there too. Surprise! Another random prop chunk. And oh my gosh, that little teeny one that just had the will to live is still just tooting along, even though it's bone dry. Okay, so that's it for that prop bin. These Myois are not gonna fit in this box. Oh my gosh, so many Myois. Okay, so honestly, you guys, I think the rest of them are gonna have to be done in a dedicated sort of repot maybe tomorrow, and I'll show you the rest of the things that I have growing for them. And I'm not really sure what's gonna happen, but at least I have this stuff ready, and this is pretty much all of the props I'm bringing them, so I'm feeling good. I'm at least happy they fit in this little box, and we will work on some more things tomorrow. But until then, I gotta get out of these jeans. I am highly uncomfortable. I'm literally just gonna leave everything as it is since it's all coming out tomorrow anyway. So see you tomorrow. It is so freaking hot, but let's pack up some plants. I am so ready for my plant room to not look like this anymore. I have been living in absolute chaos for like a week, and I'm done. I am done. So I think that the goal today is going to be to try and clear out this EXO so that I can move some of my props back into this EXO, and then I can just free up some space in the entire plant room. I am very excited to do this because I just want to see my plant room sort of look normal again. But while we're here, I can't really remember which video I showed this in. Oh, I know, it's the 6-month plant room shelf update. And I showed one of my Anthurium hybrids that kind of went through it. It had spider mites, I think it had thrips at one point, was adjusting to low humidity. The whole plant threw a fit. But I showed you the emergent leaf that was coming out in that video, and it was just a little furled up thing. And I told you guys that I knew the leaf was going to be ripped. I kind of showed you where it looked really warped and stuff. But I didn't know it was going to be this bad. But there is a bright side. So here's that plant, if you guys remember. And this is the new leaf. Super ripped, but look at the size of this thing. I've had the most difficult time trying to size up this plant. All of the leaves have always been this size. Like, I've never really seen sort of like a mature leaf on it. And this one just went from 0 to 100. This was the leaf that came before it. And now this. Like, who the heck? Where did she come from? I just wish there was more leaf. That would be nice if like a quarter of it wasn't freaking severed off. But I'm just really glad to see a big caterpillar for one, and just to see that the plant is sort of able to reach a maturity level more than this. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked because the mature photos I saw of this plant is what I really like fell in love with. And I do actually quite enjoy these juvenile leaves, but you know, I had wanted to see it size up for a while, and we're finally here, and it happened on the plant room shelf. It never happened in a greenhouse, so I'm just feeling a lot more confident now. And I think as I continue to change up conditions in here and get the plant room even cooler, I think my anthuriums are just really going to enjoy it. Perfect. Love that for me. Oh gosh, my nose is running. So okay, I'm gonna just start loading things up. I think I'm going to put like the taller plants in this one. Stuff like this and stuff like this. I'm gonna risk taking stuff like this over because this is a fairly new transplant, and it's like I can guarantee that if it was lifted out of this thing, it would just fall right off. So I'm not super worried about like them saying that it's like a rooting substrate. And then for the smaller ones like this that are just in little cups, I'm also gonna leave it, but I'm gonna find a smaller box so that I can just put the tall plants in here. I honestly think what I can also do is just remove it from the substrate, loosen it, and then get it back in there so that it's not actually stuck to it. So I might do that just because the idea of transporting all of these bare root again, like I've been doing, it's always a nightmare and it's always so stressful, like getting to California and feeling sort of rushed to get things repotted. Like really the last thing that I want to do in my first few days of being home is do plant stuff. Like I always like to just soak in my family and just kind of relax and stuff after that long drive. Like I just really don't want to have to be like, oh my gosh, I need to go repot plants now before they die. So that's what I'm gonna do. I think, yeah, I thought about it last night. I was like, I need to make this as stress-free as possible because my mental health is, she's a little bit broken these days. I need a, oh man, I just washed these. So I'm feeling a little bit sick, if you can't tell in my voice. Not like COVID sick, but like maybe like hay fever, allergies sick. I had a little bit of a sore throat last night and yeah, I thought that I was sick, but I think it could be more allergies because my energy has been fine. It's just like my eyes, I don't know if you can tell, which is why I'm not wearing makeup, but my eyes are like really puffy and my nose has been running all day and I've been sneezing. So I don't know what that's all about, but I don't think you understand how cramped I am in here. Like I just need things to get the hell out. Ugh. Okay, so I think you guys might be able to see here. Yeah. Let's do, where did that, oh, Pink Princess go? So I'm literally just gonna take it out. I might even get them into like clean vessels. But I'm just gonna remove anything from the roots because if they lifted it up like this and they saw all of this perlite stuck to the roots, they would consider that, I mean, it's a rooting substrate, you know? So you just want to remove everything so that when they, if you get pulled into secondary and they lift any plant out of a pot and it just falls right off, that's considered a transport substrate. I could probably even like kind of soak it in a little bit of water just to rinse the extra perlite off as well, just to be safe. I've never actually been pulled into secondary to have my plants inspected, but as many times as I've crossed the border, I do get nervous. I don't know if you guys have ever crossed any border where you have to deal with agents, but they, you know, they're trained to do a specific job, and no matter how innocent you look, you are not free of their wrath, and they're very mean for the most part. No, I wouldn't say mean, but they're very about their job. And so I've had super nice agents where we just like shot the shit and like laughed and made jokes and stuff, but more often than not you're gonna get an officer that is really just trying to make sure you're not up to anything sneaky. So no matter how many times I cross, I always want to freaking shit myself every single time. It is like the scariest thing ever. Again, no matter how many times I've done this, I treat every trip like I'm gonna get pulled into secondary, and I don't mess around, and I want to make sure that they know that I know the laws and I'm not trying to get away with anything. So let me go grab a bowl of water so I can clean up these roots. I'm gonna opt for these orchid pots because I'm giving like hundreds to my mom, and yeah, it'll just be easier if I can take back my vessels and then just bring it to her in the ones that she can keep. Did I grab the one that I dropped? I've got some water here and I'm just gonna like quickly rinse it. So this is actually two separate, actually technically, wait, two plants, but I'm gonna give her the whole thing. My mom just loves pink plants. She loves variegated plants, and she already has like a whole farm of pink princesses, but I know that just like the albos, she wouldn't mind more. And I think that when prices drop, I would love to get her like a big established one. So this perlite is nasty, but I'm gonna reuse it just because we'll be probably repotting stuff while I'm in California, and she has all her own stuff. I need things and I'm trapped in this corner. All of my supplies are in the corner that I can't get to. This is a disaster. I am sitting in a pool of my own sweat. Oh my gosh, this perlite is just filled with dead roots. Sorry, Mom. But truth be told, it's probably gonna be me that ends up having to deal with these anyway once I get there. So this new leaf is so pretty. I just find, even like not really non-variegated pink princesses to be so beautiful. Just when it has that little tiny speckle. Next is my sister's tordum. This is a new leaf that came out on the tordum in my care. Too cute. Really tiny root system, but workable. I feel like my sister doesn't really use passive hydro, or not passive hydro, but she doesn't really use non-soil substrates besides leca. But even then, I don't even think that's her preferred. I think she prefers to use soil. So I'm not gonna put this one in a pot with pon. I think I'll just do some perlite because I don't want to use pon if she's not gonna keep it. Or I might even just do moss or something. But I'm gonna try and remove as much of the soil as possible, just in case. I've heard mixed things about taking soil over the border, but I just never, I never risk it. I always just try and go soilless if possible, just because I've read and I've heard that like if you bring a soil plant over, there's a chance that they will not only seize that plant, but will also take all the plants in your possession. Yeah, it really just depends on the border agent you get, because seriously, I've had such nice border officers where like I've declared something and then they're just like, oh, okay, sure, whatever. And then I've had officers where I declare the same thing and then they ask me like a million bajillion questions. So yeah, it truly just depends who you get. Sometimes it's just a really easy cross through, and sometimes like you feel like you're being interrogated at the police station. So I feel okay about this. I wouldn't be worried about just that amount of soil on the roots crossing the border, because yeah, like you can literally see the roots. So let's do, I wonder if this is gonna be too small. Yeah, too small. Next one is this Mite, and I honestly feel like I could probably chop this into two, but it's kind of cute together even though the new growth is so juvenile. But I only say that because it's quite tall and it's not gonna fit in the box. So let's just do it and call my problem solved, and then I can just stick this in that prop box that I made last night. Most of this part is probably going to be time-lapse just because it is quite late and I just want to get this over with and done, because I have so many plants that I need to get packed up, and I really don't want to be here all night, only because I still have a little bit more packing to do. So yeah. I think, oh, gosh, I don't want to touch this one. This one isn't actually super rooted into the substrate. I think I might risk this one, the Dark Phoenix, because it's doing so well. So fingers crossed. That feels like a relief. That was like a lot. So now the next step is getting it into this bin, like getting it to fit. So let's see what I can. Oh, I forgot the Florida green. Dang it. Okay, so I think this is all I'm gonna try and squeeze in here. I was thinking about like putting some of the like little cups on top, but I'm kind of scared it's gonna tip over and just like break a bunch of leaves. So I might just like not try and push it and just go with the original plan of sticking that in a separate bin. Should be able to just squeeze all of this. I have a fairly large begonia tamaya that I'm supposed to give my mom, but honestly I think I might wait until she comes here to grab it, since she can bring plants home and she won't have as many going back as I'm about to bring. So I'm gonna leave that for now. But this is a Dean McDowell, and I kind of showed you guys this like dark rotty looking caterpillar. I'm just gonna peel it back and just show you what's underneath. It's gonna be really slimy. but there should be a healthy baby caterpillar in here. There you go. Little teeny tiny guy. Where's my scraper? Looking a little less pathetic, but this is way too big for this little guy. I want to just put it in the prop box, but I'm not gonna remember what this is, so that's not gonna work. I'm gonna get rid of this. Okay, let's put this guy in here. I'll just kind of top it up a little bit. Okay, so I got a Dean McDowell. I have a variegated fried egg corn. I had this Gloriosa, but I think I'll just keep it because it's I don't know, it's a little bit in rough shape and I just don't want to deal with that right now. So I'll just keep that. I was going to bring them this Genevieve, but it is overrun by spider mites, and I really don't want to bring something that has that many spider mites into my mom's house. So that's gonna stay with me as well. And then I think that's it. Oh, this is going to my sister too. Crap, Pola, mother. Friggin'. Okay, well, let's just pack this and just see how many things we can fit in here. I know that there's got to be more. Well, I am bringing some seedlings. I think I can bring like so I'll bring some of these, or I'll bring all of these Sinuata corms because I don't need any more. Oh, it's not gonna fit in there. Shishi Luishi. Okay. I will bring, what is this? Ace of Spades. So these are the seedlings that I got potted up separately already. So I think instead of worrying about the seedlings in my tray before I go, I'll probably just bring these. So I've got this one that is a really decent size. No. Same with this one. Shit, these are too tall. Mother forker. Okay, I'm gonna have to put that in something else. But look at how cutie some of these are. This one is so dark and like shiny and shimmery. Seriously, it looks unreal. It looks like holographic. You guys probably can't tell, but oh my word. This one's dark. Do I want to keep this one? Wow. I really wish I could capture this sheen. I've actually never seen such an incredible sheen on an Anthurium before. Alright, so I'm just going to assume that I'm going to bring all of these, maybe minus this oh, but there's a new leaf coming. It's super rooty and tree fern fiber, but the other leaves look quite sad. I'll probably deal with this off camera, but I do plan on bringing maybe 10 or 15 seedlings. I know my mom wanted another one. My gram wanted one. My sister wants one. So, and I might give some plants to my sister's best friend, Ash, who is like our fourth sister. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it from me tonight. I'm going to do a little bit off of camera just because it's late, I'm quite tired, and I just don't really feel like filming anymore. But I'll show you tomorrow what everything ended up looking like in terms of how many boxes I end up with. I am hoping that I only have 3 boxes of plants to bring my family, because any more than that is going to be a little bit too much. So yeah, anyway, productive night, but I will see you tomorrow. So hi everyone, I'm taking a bath. Happy Friday. Hold on, stay right there. Ah! Hold on, stay right here. He hates being toweled down. Look, he's gonna fight me. Ah! I just cleaned in here. I know you hate this. I know, but you know what? Wet puppies are stinky, but I know. You're okay. You're okay. He's so dramatic. You're so dramatic. This feels so nice, huh? This feels so nice. Look, you're in a little tent. You have a fort. Where's my puppy? Hold on. Hey, let's calm down, okay? Let's calm down. You're alright. You're alright. You're okay. You're okay. You're so brave. You're gonna be so nice and clean for your family in California. They're so excited to see you. I don't want you to be stinky, smelly. Good boy. Who's a good boy? Oh, you like belly rubs? Belly rubs. Belly rubs. So he's gonna be shedding a lot in the next 24 hours. So I'm gonna wait till he's fully dry, and then I will use my little vacuum de-shedder thing, and I'll show you guys how it works. And I'm basically gonna just try and take off as much loose fur as possible before a trip, because otherwise his crate in the back is just gonna be filled with fur. Ooh. All right, we did it. Hi guys, happy Saturday. I woke up feeling like a hot bag of garbage. My eyes were as big as golf balls and I have been icing them. I don't really know what is going on, but I woke up with a migraine and just swollen eyes and just not feeling good. So that's not good considering we leave for our trip tomorrow and I have so much to do, mainly because the bulk of the preparation to get ready to leave happens the day before or the morning of, just depending how early I'm leaving. So the goal of today is I need to take a bunch of Instagram photos for when I'm away. I actually am not as active on socials as I usually am when I go on vacation. I'm actually pretty good at detaching and just not being on my phone the entire time. but I do try and still post here and there. So I do want just sort of a little archive of photos that I can use while I'm away. So I need to do that. I'm also going to be doing finishing, sort of, not touches, but finishing to-do list items to make sure that when Nick is here to care for my plants, that it's as easy and straightforward for him as possible, and I'll kind of show you what that entails. I need to, oh, I'm slouching, looking at my to-do list. And then right before I go to sleep tonight is when I'm going to water my plants. Hopefully I'm in bed by like 9. But yeah, I'm gonna get everything watered for the last time so that Nick doesn't actually have to pop in until next weekend. He usually likes to come a few times, even though I don't ask him to, just because he likes to look at the plants and just, I don't know, he feels like once a week is not enough. But that's my ask of him, is just come once a week when I'm away and just check on everything. No fertilization, no misting, no humidifiers, none of that is necessary. Literally the only thing that I ask him to do is water, and that's it. Along with watering, I'm going to be chopping off dead leaves because I'm seeing some in my alocasia greenhouse right now. Looks like new leaves are coming in and old leaves are dying off, so I'm going to get those pruned. I try and make everything look sort of as presentable as possible, just so that he doesn't like come in and see a yellow leaf after a week or whatever and think that it was his fault or something. So yeah, I just chop leaves off and just make it look all pretty. So that's what today is going to be. Probably most of the things in this video will likely be time-lapsed, like the watering, like taking Instagram photos, but I'll walk you guys through all of the additional things that I do around the apartment to prep for my vacation. So yeah, feeling like crap, but got lots to do. Oh, thank you, Chico. Chicky bon bon. Chicky bon bon. Is that yummy?
Millie, is that yummy or is it yucky?
Yummy. Yummy, yummy. In your tummy.
Millie, is poo-poo yummy or yucky?
Yummy?
Oh! That's
It's
foul.
not.
That's foul, girlfriend.
Poo-poo is yucky. Yucky, stinky.
Yes.
That's why you have to poo-poo in the potty now, huh?
Are you guys trying again?
In the potty.
What?
Can you say potty?
What?
What?
Wait. Tiff, are you guys trying?
Absolutely not.
Potty?
Considering my IUD is halfway out too.
Oh, I meant potty training.
Oh,
But now I know your feelings on that.
also no.
Oh.
I have zero desire, zero energy.
Minnie, maybe Auntie can potty train you.
Honey, do you want to be potty trained by me?
We can use the big girl toilet.
I feel like she's at a point where she can't be trained. I just don't have the mental capacity for it right now.
Hey, that's
Because you have to be like super consistent with it.
that's reasonable.
No, I've had it die.
It died. It died. What?
There's a squirrel inside her pool.
Oh, it's hot, that's why.
I know. I think he's just drinking water because there's like a little bit left on the bottom.
Poor squirrel. I always leave water out for the wildlife.
Yeah, I don't.
Wish
we have
you
two
could
wildlife.
see.
They'd be like swarming our house if we did that.
Well, maybe they're thirsty, Kate.
And if we left water out, it would attract the mosquitoes from the river.
True. So I'm at the Hoya cabinet right now, and you can see the lights are off because I adjusted the time so that it is not on while the sun is the brightest in here. I have them turning on in just a couple hours. So also keep in mind that the AC has been on during this whole heat wave. So while I'm here, I'm not turning the AC on. The apartment's gonna be a sauna and everything's gonna dry out super fast. So a time like this where you can see it's not super bright, I still want it off. And going back to sort of the ease, this door doesn't stay open. Going back to the ease of making your plant care easy for who's going to be taking care of it. For the most part, I have all of my Hoyas and stuff in here in no drainage, but I do have a couple. Oh, there's gnats again. I don't think I caught it. Why are they so fast? I do have a couple plants in here that do have drainage holes, so what I'm gonna do is put them all in this box, and then I'm just gonna like sit it next to the Hoya cabinet so that he can just water it and not have to worry about like taking it to the sink. He can just water it straight into this bin. So the ones that have drainage holes are my Hoya rotundiflora, my Hoya Morellii? Is it Morellii? I can't remember. And my Hoya fungii, which is looking so stinking cute. Oh, there's a new leaf. There's so many new leaf comings. There's so many leaves coming. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that a mealybug? No. 5, 6 new leaves coming. Who else? Oh, my Hoya. Come on. Oh my gosh. My Hoya. Can't remember the name of this, you guys. I'm telling you, they just don't stick sometimes. And I don't know where the tag went on that plant. Oh. No. Who else is in drainage holes? Oh, my little dragon. I separated my little dragon tail succulent thingamajig, so that's got drainage holes. Who else has? Ew, there's freaking fungus gnats in here. It's so annoying. Oh, and my Hoya wyetii. Oh, my Hoya wyetii has a cup, so that's fine. Okay. I think that's it. So I'll be placing this box literally right here so that he can water, or I'll put it like on my table or something, my dining table. And what I've also done is pre-filled some bottles, and I have 2 more bottles that I'm gonna fill, and I'm just gonna leave it out here so that he can use these jugs to water all of the plants out here. So I like to just prep that so he doesn't have to like keep going back to the sink and just going back and forth. It'll just make it easy that he'll have jugs already, and he'll know pretty much how much water I use when I water out here. And I'll do the same for the plant room. I'm gonna put out like a bin of water, and then I've got a bucket of water too. So I just want to minimize the amount of times he's like walking back and forth to the sink trying to get water. I don't want him to have to refill my pump spray because that is just fertilizer water. And if he wants to spray my poles and stuff, he's more than welcome to. I'm just either going to leave him a little note. The last time that he cared for my plants, I just sent him a little video message via text and just gave him instructions, but honestly, it's pretty easy. So yeah, I gotta fill more jugs and gotta fill some tubs for my plant room. But I think besides watering, I'm pretty much done. I put little sticky post-it stars on a few of my larger plants that are not going to need water while I'm away. I'm watering my Monstera Deliciosa maybe like every 2 weeks, so that one doesn't need to be watered while I'm away. Same with my Rojo Congo, and same with my Ficus elastica. Those really don't need to be watered while I'm gone. So I've put yellow post-its on the pot so that he knows not to touch them. What else do I need to do? Oh, I need to bring my plants from my bedroom out here, which is not very many. There's only a few in there because my bedroom's always a disaster zone, and I really only want him to focus on this living area and then my plant room, and not need to like go around to every room to water plants. So I'll probably do all of that off camera, but I think maybe tonight, once I get the watering done, the last watering done, I'll just kind of give you a quick walkthrough of what everything looks like. So for now, I'm going to, I gotta pack, I gotta do all this other stuff to prep for our trip, so I will see you tonight. All right guys, so here's what's going on. It is about 7 p.m. and I usually try and be in bed around 9 before we the night before we leave, because we usually like to leave around 6 a.m. so it's just a really long morning. But I'm actually going to water all of the plants again like I did in the beginning of this video. Every single plant is going to be watered. I'm not going to do it on camera because I don't think I have it in me to film plus do all of that and it would kind of just be a repeat of everything that I showed you in the beginning. But anyway, as far as what's going on down here, I did move some of my bedroom plants down here just so that he doesn't need to go into the bedroom. Moved all the Hoyas, like I said, that have drainage holes, and he can just water it right here. Pre-prepped some water jugs, which should be more than enough to water every single plant on this floor. And then going up to the plant room, pretty much same spiel, just gonna water everything one last time. And then again, I set up a big water bin, which should be more than enough for the entire plant room. I also just put the pump sprayer out in case he wants to spray too, which is totally not necessary. I told him literally just do the bare minimum. You really don't have to spray or fertilize. Like, I'm not worried about it. So anywho, I think the next time you guys see me, I'll either be packing up the car or already on the road, but it has been a long time coming and I am so excited to get out of here. Oh, someone wants to join us today. I already got the camera set up, but they're not gonna be able to see you. Baby. Okay, so hi guys, we are back in Canada. In Canada. In Canada. Oh my gosh, he's so excited right now. I'm back. So nice to be back in Canada, you guys. Just a forewarning, there's gonna be lots of me talking in this next part. So if you just want to skim through it, then no hard feelings, but just kind of want to give you like a rundown of the trip. The trip was amazing. It was worth the agonizing 2 months of just intense filming, intense editing, intense work with my business, that I could just go and just work or just literally take a real vacation for 2 weeks. I was not very present on social media. I wasn't responding to any comments or anything. Like, I literally just detached as much as possible, spent a lot of time with my family, and it was worth every second of me wanting to lose my mind over the last few months. But I'm home now and the weather is perfect here. It was so hot in Sacramento, so I'm so glad to be home where it's like ideal summer weather, and I'm just so happy to be back in my space. And I was telling my husband that it's really nice that now I don't dread leaving home as much as I used to in the first 2 years that I moved. Leaving those trips from California were very sad for me. I just felt like, I don't know, I felt like I was being ripped away from kind of where I wanted to be. And not that there was any resentment, but I definitely went through it mentally and like emotionally for those first few years. But now I like look forward to coming home, and it's just, yeah, it's a good headspace to be in now, where I do really love my trips back home and the time that I spend with them. But it's also great that I am excited to be back here and just get back to my routine, back to my schedule, and yeah, feeling good today. So anyway, this next part is going to be me kind of showing you a few things that I grabbed from the States. I spent, oh my gosh, guys, I spent $250 at Target, but it was the most exhilarating time of my life because I had not been to a Target in over 2 years or something, and Target is like one of my favorite places on earth. And yeah, me and my sisters spent like 3 to 4 hours there. We walked every single aisle, and it was just so much fun. So I did grab a few things. I ordered lots of stuff on Amazon because there's things available on the Amazon US site that's not available in Canada. So I'll show you what I grabbed too. I'm not going to show you everything that I got from Canada, or I'm not going to show you everything that I got because I've already started unpacking and I don't really want to like take everything out again. But I do have these 2 boxes of stuff that I haven't touched yet because I was so tired last night. So let me just kind of show you what I grabbed, and then after this little part, I'm going to take you around the apartment and just kind of show you the aftermath of leaving for 2 weeks. There's a lot of bad, but a lot of good too, so we'll get into that later. The first thing that I have is this great white mycorrhizal inoculants that Alice, oh my gosh, Alice, she has been bullying me for the last few, I don't know, months, weeks, for not using this mycorrhizal inoculants that she has been just in love with. I think this is her new boyfriend. So yeah, it was way cheaper on the Amazon site for the larger little tub, so we grabbed one to share, and now I can shut her up about me using it. The next thing I got is this liquid soil from TPS, just as a, like, sorry, I'm stuffy. Just to let you guys know, I have sort of stocked up on a few TPS things because of my friend Amanda, who I talk about so much. She's my mentor, she's my pal, and I just want to be just like her. And so everything she uses, like, she tries to explain to me why she uses it, and I'm like, zip it. All I need to know is that you use it, and that's That's enough for me. So let me just read to you what this is for. So it says liquid soil was specifically designed to turn your soil into the best possible growing medium for plants. Within minutes of contact, liquid soil will reduce salt loads and begin stabilizing imbalances. Within hours, bacterial colonies will form and fungus networks will establish, and within days, our proprietary plant extracts will fuel an enzymatic revolution, breaking down dead root material and kickstarting your soil. I basically bought this to see if this would help with salt buildup in my no drainage potting vessels. Not that I really know what salt buildup looks like. I've never actually seen any salt buildup, or I haven't found any plant that was like showing a stress that I didn't understand, that maybe would be connected to an excess of salt being built up in my vessel. But regardless, it was a good price, and I'm just gonna try it out and just kind of see what it does. And even if it doesn't just work for salt buildup, I see bacterial colonies and fungus networks, and I'm sold. So that is that. And then, oh my god, it's so heavy. The next thing I got is another TPS product. This one I will also be sharing with my pals. This is the TPS-1 fertilizer, and I have been telling you guys for a while now that there has been a fertilizer I want to start testing out, because the fertilizer I've been really pushing on this channel is the liquid gold leaf fertilizer, and I love that fertilizer. I feel like it has really done wonders for a lot of my plants, just in terms of the kinds of fertilizers that I've used historically. I have noticed the most growth with my liquid gold leaf, and with the addition of CalMag. I just feel like all of the plants that have grown so large over the last year, my Glorious, my Majestic, my SP Columbia, those plants have all been getting the liquid gold leaf and CalMag, and they've just exploded. But they don't ship out of the UK anymore, so I'm down to like half a bottle. So I really do have to start figuring out what the next plan's gonna be for me. And of course, this is the soil that Amanda uses. This is the soil. This is the fertilizer that Amanda uses. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna use it too. So we got the large bottle because we're gonna share it between me, Jing, and Ellis, I think. I can't remember if I mentioned this in this video or another video, but this is the fertilizer that my mom has been using, and it's called Epiphytes Delight. And it says it's a highly nutritious air plant fertilizer and good for potted plants too. So I have just been so intrigued by the growth of my mom's plants. She's just gotten into like the imported aeroids. She had historically been growing lots of ficus, monstera, fiddly fig, stuff like that. And this is her first time growing these, imported aeroids. And she's just so naturally good at it. She doesn't give herself enough credit. She always thinks that like she grows plants like crap, but like if you guys have watched my stories while I was in California, I posted a lot of her plants and they are incredible, and the size growth is tremendous, and they're growing a lot faster than plants in my care, and those were cuttings from my plants. So I was like, okay, well, I give up. But anyway, she's been using this as sort of a foliar feed, a soil drench. She's been using it for everything, and I was like, well, it doesn't hurt to give it a try. So I am going to also be using and experimenting with this stuff over the next few months. So that is exciting. Another thing that I got is this TPS Billions mycorrhizal inoculants. It is mycorrhizae, trichoderma, and bacillus. It says that it supports healthy and resilient plants, promotes successful transplants, it is water soluble for hydro and soil, and protects against pH and nutrient lockout. So this is another one that I'm going to be sharing with Alice and Jing. I have actually heard really good things about this one, so I'm really excited to try it out. The next one I'm not really sure I should be showing on this channel, but I will be using it very, very responsibly. If you guys didn't know, I have had the most insane spider mite outbreak over the last few months, and I got home and saw the most intense spider mite infestation on a plant that I have ever seen in my life. And it's crazy because I treated this with a spider mite spray before I left, but it's still bad. Let me scoot over and I will show you the little clip I took when I got home here. This is my Philodendron Gloriosa, my baby, my pride and joy. For some reason, over the last few months, it has just been a magnet for spider mites. It also took over the other Gloriosum that I had next to it, as well as the Micans that I just got from Plantsum CA. So it surprised me, but I didn't freak out, but it definitely surprised me at how large this infestation was, isolated in this corner. So I've just been kind of over this whole thing where I'm treating weekly for spider mites. So I'm trying this thing called Azimax, again, recommended by Amanda, and it is a botanical insecticide, miticide, and nematicide, and it is basically a systemic for mites. So if you guys didn't know, they don't sell systemic in Canada, but there are places you can order from where you do have to import it and stuff. So I think that this is one that people have been using, and since they had it available in the States, I was like, let's just give it a try. Oh my gosh, I have so much hair falling out. Ugh. I was supposed to get my hair cut in California, and then I was just too lazy to do it. But look, it's like a little ponytail now. So yeah, anyway, not gonna go too much into this, but hopefully this helps my issue because I'm tired. You guys could see how bad that infestation was. The Gloriosa next to it was just as bad, and I will show you what it looks like as well. But anyway, I definitely got tan. I wasn't in the sun a lot in California, but in the very short times that I was, I think it definitely did a number on my skin. This is another one that I brought back. These are just these like little hooks from my mom, and she bought them for her plants that she's building this sort of plant wall in her plant room, and she needed something to have the stems kind of like branch out and hold itself up. And we also use this in her Hoya cabinet. And if you guys watched the footage from earlier in this video where I showed me sort of redoing her Hoya cab, yeah, we used these little hooks here to kind of anchor on the trailing or the like Hoya runner things. I feel like I can't talk, I haven't filmed in so long. So I'm just gonna be using this most likely in my Hoya cabinet, and then also maybe in my tent and stuff, I'm not quite sure. Another thing I got are these magnets, and you're probably wondering why I got it in the States and didn't just order it here, and that's just because it's just cheaper. It's cheaper in the States, and I just feel like Amazon Canada just jacks up the price on everything. Not that Amazon US doesn't, but I feel like the discrepancy of like the inflation of prices on the Amazon Canada site is just, yeah, it's like night and day. So I grabbed this because I need them for my Hoya cabinet, and in my part 2 of my Hoya cabinet video that should be going up in a few weeks, you'll see what I do with these. And then going along with that, these are also going to be for the Hoya cabinet. These are just like little acrylic shelves, and I got some in black. And I also grabbed some in this like clear acrylic color. There's like little smaller ones, and it has a film on it, which is why it looks so like, yeah, crappy. But let me try to peel off one. I just want to see what it looks like without this ugly film. But yeah, I'm planning to do like a total sort of, not total, but I'm definitely planning to get my Hoya cabinet fixed once and for all, and hopefully these are the last few things I needed. Why can't I take this off? Come on. I'm gonna literally just scrape off the nail polish I just put on. Ow! Jeez! Okay, there's one. Now I have to get this one off. If you guys can hear some banging in the background, my husband is putting together our new bed frame right now. We've been wanting to get a bed frame because our mattress is just sitting on the floor by choice. We just always really like being close to the ground, but recently we've kind of been dabbling with the idea of just getting a bed frame. And my mother-in-law is coming to stay with us this week, and she's got bad knees. So in order for her to get to be comfy on her bed, we had to get a bed frame. So anyway, look how pretty it is. This is, yeah, they're just like this clear sort of acrylic, and it's nice because I can use this on my walls because it already has screw holes, and then I can also use it with these magnets in the Redsta, and I think this is like a pack of like 12 or something, I can't remember. So random, but I grabbed 3 different kinds of Hershey's bars for Alice's boyfriend, who had a very strange request. That's what he wanted as his souvenir from the States, so we're not going to question it. I got your chocolate, and I don't know why you would ever want to eat an American Hershey's bar, but no judgment. The next few things are going to be very random, but it's time to get ready for spooky season. So Target had that, like, you know, when you first walk in, there's like that dollar section. Well, I found the cutest little pumpkins that are like this, what is this fabric called? I can't remember, but they're so freak. I couldn't not. Like, are you joking? That is the cutest little cluster of pumpkins you've ever seen. Don't tell me it's not. I don't know where it's going yet. I think I might put it on my shelf somewhere when I start decorating September 1st, because that is the beginning of spooky season for me and many of us who are spooky season fanatics. This one's for Jing. This is one of my favorite scrunchies, and I was surprised that they still were carrying it because I got mine a long time ago. It's from the Kristen S hair line, and it's just one of those oversized scrunchies, and it is the perfect olive color, and it's just, yeah, it's amazing. So grabbed one for Jing because she wanted one. You guys are gonna think I'm a creep, but this is my new nephew's onesie with his baby smell intact, and I have 2 of Millie's onesies still in the original Ziploc. I only open it every blue moon and give it a little sniff when I'm feeling a little depressed. So the next thing that I got is this Universal Thread Goods hair scrunchie thing. Listen, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull something like this off. I feel like I'd have to be in the right outfit, and then would have to, I don't know, not look as radish as I usually do. But it was so cute, and it's like this cute little green color, and I just couldn't not. So even if it looks stupid on me, we're still gonna try it anyway, and I'm not gonna care. So what's in here? Oh, I stole a bunch of these like random hooks from my mom. So I got these like industrial ones that like suction on and it can hold a bunch of weight. I stole some of these smaller suction hooks from her, some of these like larger suction hooks, and then I also stole some magnets from her that I can also use in my Redsta. And you guys, I stole her earwax scraper. That is the exact one that I was using that I lost. I mentioned that the earwax scraper that I got was originally from a Christmas nail kit that I got from my mom. She had the same exact nail kit, so it has been replaced. The next thing is this amazing gift from my brother-in-law, Taylor. He got me this pug mug. And it's funny because Pudge doesn't actually drag his booty like that on the ground, raw food, but it's just so cute. And I've been wanting to use cuter mugs on this channel anyway, so thank you, Taylor, for this. He's a gift guy. Whenever he's like out shopping and he finds something that like reminds him of one of us, he always just buys it because he's just that kind of guy. What is this? Oh, here's another thing I stole from my mom with her permission. I don't actually know what the use of these are. I think I've seen those little like wooden balls that like sit on top of it. I don't really know what it's for, but I thought it would make a cute vessel for just like a root, like a water prop plant or dried, what is that? Like dried flowers or something. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for, but it's so cute. To go along with it, I have been eyeing this, I think it's like a tulip vase. And I wanted this last time and I forgot to grab it, so I made sure to not forget it this time. It's very dirty, but how freaking cool is this vessel? I don't know where I'm gonna put it yet, but I know I wanna put something cool in it. The reason that it's shaped like this is because you put the bulbs of the tulips down here or whatever bulbous plant you have, and then it's long so that the stems can hold upright and not just kind of like flop down. But I might actually just plant a pot in it. I can't talk. Do you know how to talk? I will plant a plant in it. And I can fill all of this with leca or perlite or something and then pot the rest. So I'm kind of excited. I don't know what it'll be yet. I don't know how weird it would be to have a plant potted that is like super tall, but we're gonna see. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about these. My sister got me these 2 mugs from World Market, and I know it kind of looks like a penis right now, but this is a mushroom, and I am in love with it. So, ew, styrofoam. Kirk. Ew, get away. So how cute are these? If you guys are into drinking teas and coffees or any kind of beverage while you do plant stuff, I highly recommend you grab a cup that has a lid, because if you guys know, we often drink dirt and whatever flies around while we're repotting and doing plant things. So I just love the mugs that have the top on it, because I can bring it into the plant room with me, do all my plant things, and know that my bevy is protected. So I have this one with like the brown mushroom top, but there's another one. This one is my most favorite one. The classic red mushroom. I don't know if I mentioned this. It's from World Market, and World Market is one of my favorite stores ever. Oh, I don't like styrofoam. Look, I instantly have goosebumps just looking at this styrofoam. I hate styrofoam so much. So yeah, we got another one with the red mushroom cap, and hopefully I don't break this thing. I'm very clumsy and I would really hate to break this because I love it so much. So that is it for the stuff in the box. I think the next thing I'm gonna do now is just kind of show you guys the aftermath of leaving for vacation for 2 weeks. And like I mentioned, a lot of bad, but also a lot of good. I can see something within my eyesight right now, and that is one of the Philodendron Gloriosums that I had next to my other Philodendron Gloriosum, and hopefully you guys can see it in this light, but these spider mites are so bad. What is that? There is just so much webbing right here. I think you can see it in the sinus, and there's webbing all over the leaf, and it just absolutely attacked it. You would think that it had thrips or something, but it is a very, very, very severe case of spider mites. This is that variegated sickly leaf that unfortunately died off before I could maybe do some testing on it. But yeah, this one just, man, it got hit really, really badly. You can see the webbing in here as well. I think this one is a little bit more prominent. Can you see it? Hopefully you can see it, but it is just completely webbed up there, and just, yeah, it's everywhere. So of course these ones are going to be treated with the Azamax. that I just purchased, but I'm going to also put this in my shower and just give it a spray down. You can see that the spider mites also attacked my micans that I just got, and it is just pushing out so much EFN. It's got lots of spider mite damage. This thing looks terrible. It's just too bad that this plant came in so soon before my trip. So yeah, I wasn't able to keep an eye on it, but lots of like dying leaves and stuff, but you know, nothing that I can't manage. I'm gonna just take the camera off the tripod and just walk around and just kind of show you guys what's going on. Okay, we're gonna start in this corner, and this one surprised me a lot. So my Dracaena marginata is actually looking very good. The leaves have not looked this perky in a long time, but this one stem here is just completely dying, and part of me thinks it could be spider mites, but another part of me is like, how is the entire plant not dying too? It's like literally dying as it emerges. This whole thing here just looks terrible. So I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do about that. I don't have a ton of experience with this plant and I don't know what's going on, but this spottiness is kind of giving me the spider mite ick. Like I feel like it could be a pest thing. So this is another plant I'm gonna treat with the Azamax. I am not going to chop off this stem here. I'm just gonna leave it, even if it drops all the leaves. I'll just let it continue. But yeah, I was very surprised to see that one was struggling, and like even these ones here like don't look good. I hope it's not root rot. Look at all of these fallen guys. It did have crown rot a long time ago, but I don't know. I might need to like uproot this and just kind of make sure the roots are okay, which is not something I want to do just because of the sheer size of this thing. But anyway, moving on to the shelf here. So I'm seeing some good and I'm seeing some bad. It was very, very hot in the apartment while I was away, but this damage here, sorry, keep forgetting to look in the viewfinder. This one's looking a little pesty to me, I'm not gonna lie, but it's weird because I don't actually see anything. Anyway, this one is just a little thirsty, but it'll bounce back. I can see that my Vitarifolium here has yellowed a lot more. Nick told me that I had a spider mite issue up here, which I can see visibly. Like all of these leaves up here are just very yellow. My billy looks yellow. That one is yellowing. So I'm gonna have to treat all of those. Here in Crystal Land, the leaves have doubled. Like this one is a brand new leaf here. That one is a brand new leaf. That's a brand new leaf, and we have a ton of inflows coming out. So I don't know if I'm going to be harvesting the pollen or if I'm going to try and acquire some pollen from someone else. Maybe we can hybridize it, I'm not quite sure yet, but Philodendron SP Columbia, I am slightly worried about this because this leaf was emerging when I came home or before I left, and I'm surprised it's not fully unfurled yet, so I'll have to see what's going on with that. These ones are all doing pretty okay, just a little bit thirsty. The Hoyas are wild. This Hoya Wyetii just freaking exploded. I don't know what is going on here, but there is a lot of root action. Sorry, this is the worst filming ever, but this Hoya Wyetii has just completely taken off. I did notice some casualties here, like this guy, this brand new leaf. This one is not looking good, but we've got some new growth here. I noticed my Hoya elliptica freaking took off. Like, look at this long stem with all these new leaves. That was not there before I left. And otherwise, everything else is just kind of meh, okay. Like, we've got some here that are just not looking great, but sort of expected. In the corner, Micans is doing pretty okay. I did notice that this one stem here is climbing my shelf or my cabinet, and it's going upward. I'm just gonna kind of let it do whatever it wants. I don't care at this point. But yeah, not doing too bad. I'm glad this one made it out unscathed. My camera is being very weird today, so I don't know if any of that footage I just shot is gonna be usable, but I'm putting it in anyway. We're going to the bin that I put on the table for Nick, the ones that have drainage holes. And oh my gosh, you guys, mealy bug central. Look at this. So freaking gross, but we have a new leaf. Like, yum. Doesn't seem to mind it. That's one thing that I appreciate about mealybugs, is that they don't really like kill your plant very fast unless it's like a super crazy infestation. But if you've got like the weird 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 on the plant, usually you're not going to see a ton of like noticeable damage from them. So anyway, yeah, I've got to clean that up, but I am very happy to see this new leaf and that it's dark and crusty and disgusting. We did have one very bad casualty. I don't know what happened to this, but I'm not super worried about it. This is not one that I'm like in love with. It's just a cactus that I have, or a euphorbia that I have. I'll probably just chop it right here and start over again with this small plant. So nothing I can't handle. This other random succulent is doing just fine. It's actually grown quite a bit since I've been gone. This one, my Hoya fungii, has the largest mealybug I've ever seen in my freaking life. It is so hairy, so juicy and disgusting and massive. And I will say that leaf does not look very well, but herc. I just hate mealybugs. They just look so gross. But I can see some like baby mealybugs down here, so I'm gonna have to treat that as well. This is my Hoya marillii, which pushed out this freaking thing while I was gone. Like, where did this even, this was not on the plant when I left. It just came out of nowhere, and there's this little tiny like hairs all over it. Do you guys see that? Like, there's like little hairs just happening. I don't know what that is. Okay. And then the last one is this Hoya rotundiflora. I wouldn't doubt this one has mealybugs either, but it does have some new growth. All of like this right here is new. So can't really complain. You know, I knew that I had mealybugs, but I just didn't know that there were gonna be so many when I got home. But we're gonna head into the plant room now, and I'll kind of just give you a quick walkthrough of what it looks like in there. So, oh my gosh, I made such a huge mess. All right, so we are in my very messy plant room. Nick left this heaping pile of dead leaves for me, which is expected as well. He really didn't have to prune them off, but let's start in my tent. So I am seeing some good, some bad. Looks like my serpens is dying off here, but also have a lot of new growth, like on this tortum. My pink princess is just really turning into such a beautiful specimen. Like the variegation has been coming through so much more in the newer leaves ever since I chopped it. Like, I could not ask for anything better. This one put out a new leaf right here. My Florida Beauty. My Frydek also put out a new leaf. It's not very big, but a new leaf is a new leaf. And nothing too crazy in terms of like dying plants. Like, everyone is still alive. If anything, this tent gave me a lot more growth than it, like, I guess, died off. This really surprised me though. This Esqueleto is just so big. This new leaf was furled up when I left. So I'm just now seeing like how massive the growth is, and like in comparison to my hand, it's very, very big. And then moving on to the shelf, this was kind of what I was most worried about, I guess, if you could say that. Of course, when I got home, the first ones that I checked were my Glorious and my Majestic. Those were the ones I was hoping would make it out unharmed, but I can kind of see, I think it might be spider mites again, but I noticed on this leaf, here, some of this happening, and I'm thinking it's because I turned down the lights a lot in here. The lights were only on for like 4 hours in here for 2 weeks, and I just think, I don't know, that looks like a watering thing to me, or like a substrate being too wet. You can see on the shelf I've got lots of dying dead leaves. My Bessie not looking good. Got some props that are not doing very well. Some yellowing leaves back there. This one, what is this? Whatever this was died. Oh no. I don't remember what that was. What is this? Well, it was something. So dead leaf, dying dead leaf. This one's not looking very good. Not really sure what caused that, but not doing too well. Got a stupid crystal leaf that's stuck again. I told you guys I always have to help that one out. Not looking good here, but overall, still not super disappointed. Got some yellowing on the Patriciate. Looks like my McDowell prop has finally died off. My name, Gloriosa, has some yellow as well. This orchid is like basically dead. Inside of my cabinet, we've got lots of yellowing leaves in here as well, but some new ones too. My mellow is not looking too great. We've got like a melted leaf back there. I don't know if you could see it. Soderoy Garden's not looking too bad. This new leaf came out while I was away, and a new one is coming in already right there. New Soderini leaf is like looking really Soderoy now. Like the leaf is widening a lot, and yeah, other than that, nothing terrible in this one. If anything, it's just growth really. But overall, like you guys can see, maybe like 15% of the plants have some yellowing. So that is just like a little sneak peek at what happened to the plants while I was away for 2 weeks. So overall, you know, it's pretty much what I expected. I expected lots of dead leaves. I expected some to suffer. I expected some to have bad spider mites when I came back, just because I knew that my issue wasn't 100% resolved. I always go into the mentality now before vacations that it's kind of inevitable that some of your plants might suffer, especially if no one is going to be taking care of them. But plants grow, they grow back. And for me, the experience being back home and just being on that vacation was way worth the sacrifice, I guess, of some of the plants dying off. Like, I am 0% bothered at the issues that I've shown you guys. I am happy to see new growth, and over the next few weeks I'll just get things sort of hopefully back to normal, or as normal as possible, or whatever normal is now for me. But I do have some reinforcements. I've got some new systemic, I have new fertilizer, I have new myco, and I'm just excited to give everything a try. And yeah, I think that is about it. I don't know how this week of plant to-dos is going to come together. I haven't started editing at all, so hopefully it's a good one. I did not film as much as I wanted to in California, just because I was kind of going with the flow. I just really didn't want to work. I had a lot of fun just kind of doing nothing, hanging out with family, watching lots of movies, sleeping, and just relaxing. So hopefully I got enough to kind of give you a good idea of what vacation was like. But I am so excited to be home. I am ready to get back into filming, get it back into plants, and I do have some exciting things coming up on the channel. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for 10K. I just, mind is blown. So anywho, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being with me for another week of plant to-dos. Thank you for making this series a successful one. I appreciate everyone who kind of makes it through these super long videos. If you did like it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, because it helps us a lot on YouTube. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one.